Hello, dear learners. Welcome to another learning episode. And this time, I'm going to discuss about the updated or the revised, or shall we say, the new module. Yes, it's true. You've heard it from me. That a new module will be introduced starting the semifinals down to the finals, or the second half of the semester. But don't worry. Rest assured, this module is easy to understand the way I see it. It's easy to digest and it's friendly to you, dear students. This is in response of the school management with regards to the concerns that you've raised along the way when we've started a semester. On the screen, you will see the two modules, and of course, if you are going to take a look and see there is a big difference, not just the color of course, you can see that the updated module or the latest module that we will be using for the second half of the semester is much of course interesting, having its own color, but then again, it's not just about the color but the content. So we will be discuss this time. I will discuss to you each and every portion, the updated or the revised module. So with the new module, you will see still the same on the previous module that you have used, but still I'm going to discuss and orient you on and every, as I mentioned, in every aspect of our features of the latest module or the revised module that you will be using. So you have there the course code. Course code is an alphanumeric code that is assigned to a certain course or a subject and it is provided to you upon completing the enrollment process during the start of the semester. And on the other side of the course code, you have there the course title or what you call the subject title. The module number, ikapila na ba ni siya nga module sa pagkakaroon sugod sa pinaka-primero nga module nga gihatag sa inyo ha. The data of the delivery will be the schedule or the week or the exact dates where these topics here will be delivered, will be discussed, and at the same time tasks that are given to you will also be subject for submission on that certain date of the delivery. And below that one, the good thing about this latest or the updated module, you have there the topic, so mas klaro siya. Makita ninyo diretso 1 to 3 major topic that is going to be discussed by our or your teacher, instructor or professor for the specific week. And then what are the expected outcomes that on the other box, expected outcomes that at the end of this finishing and all of this topic, what are the expected output or outcomes on the end of the students, and the how you are going to see below the topics and the learning outcomes. You will see the tools and materials. It's optional for the teacher to indicate the tools and materials needed for the learning process or procedures depending on the topic that she will be. So below the topic and the learning outcomes, you will see now that the big difference between the previous module to this present module that we will be using. And if you can see, naka-indicate daily ang inyong mga activities, meaning to say na mas klaro siya ug mas user-friendly siya. That's the way I see it on my end. The way I understand it most user-friendly compared sa atong previous module. This one daily naka-stipulates imuhang mga things to do and things to achieve. And now, let's discuss about the guided learning, supplemental learning activities, independent learning, and assessment. By the way, students, dear learners, guided learning, supplemental learning activities, independent learning, and assessment, these things that I mentioned, si teacher ang bahala ibutang siya sa 5 ka adlaw na pagklase sa usa ka semana. Online class or modular class, siya ang bahala to arrange this one depending on the need, depending sa strategy ni teacher, and depending on the topic. Matter yun na always ang topic na inyong i-discuss. So I will explain one by one what is a guided learning. Supplemental, independent, assessment, again. Subo na ako balik sa day 1 to 5. Si teacher ang bahala mo arrange ani nila kung asa ang supplemental learning ibutang nga adlaw. Maghatag ba si teacher og independent learning? Nusa ba siya maghatag og assessment? Okay? So, everyday basis, ibutang na ni teacher ang mga activities including instructions and the links to the learning materials nga gamiton niya sad ang deliver of topics sa inyo ha. So, let's start with the guided learning. So, what is a guided learning? A guided learning indicates here the overview of the activity that you, their students, will be doing with the guide of your teacher. The data here is that the teacher and the students is involved in the activity. So, let me give you an example of guided learning example are our record video. Pwede si teacher ma-upload sa YouTube kung bugat ang file, then ihatag lang niya ang link sa inyo and dito niya i-discuss through the recorded video ang topic ninyo. It could also be a recorded audio record discussion with the aid of PowerPoint. Video conference discuss the discussion using OBS. A Facebook Live can also be considered as guided learning. Google Meet, while nag-Google Meet mo, density teacher are discussing with the aid of PowerPoint or pwede po siya mag-set ahead of time or Word file kung asa naka-indicate ang lesson and then mag-Google Meet mo to back up the discussion para masabtan ninyo. Other activities nga pwede na in which collaborate students and guided ni teacher and learning sa estudyante. So, that's what we call guided learning. Now, let's proceed to supplementary learning activities / materials. So, what is supplemental learning activities? This indicates here activities to reinforce and give more a little something extra to the lesson content, intended for students who encounter difficulty in understanding the lesson. Meaning to say, kung medyo lisod ang topic, ang estudyante nga wala nakasabot nga gi-inform siya ni teacher, better mag-inform mo sa inyong teacher if ever dili mo kasabot. So, the teacher can prepare supplemental learning activities, and again, this is a reinforcement para mas masabtan ninyo o para mas maintindihan ninyo ang inyong lesson. So, to give you an example of supplemental learning activities, these are writing activities. Pwede mo magpagamon o reaction paper, essay, or oral activities as well or supplemental learning activities. Comprehension and reading activity. Na ay ipapasa si teacher sa inyuhan, isend sa inyuhan ang file and post maybe on Google Meet or send via Messenger or isend in your official email. Ipapabasa sa inyuhan, then there are corresponding questions or activities, and after that one, pwede si teacher maghatag o quiz to evaluate kung iyang ipabasa or reading activity na sabtan ba. And then, or na po vocabulary again, a supplemental learning activity, this is just a reinforcement. So, depende rani siya sa sitwasyon, sa topic or kabukaton sa topic or ang pagsabot sa usa ka estudyante, and is it necessary na ihatag sa tibuok klase if pag-evaluate ni teacher, pag-assess ni teacher, lisod ang topic, and then pagtanaan niya sa results, maybe sa examination or response sa mga activities nga gipagama niya, dili maayo ang score. So that's the time nga reinforce ni teacher. Yes, pwede siya ihatag ang supplemental learning activities sa tanang estudyante sa iyang subject. But if dili po na yung mga estudyante nga nakasabot lang okay ra, madala ra. Ato nga mga estudyante nga wala kayo kasabot, maong tagaan og focus ni teacher og supplemental learning activity. Now, let's proceed with independent learning. So, what is an independent learning? It indicates here that the activity that the students will be doing without your guidance of the teacher. The idea here is that the students will do the activity independently. Mao na ni sila ang mga activities na like pag-on mo ni teacher o video recording with regards to your understanding on the lesson, that the independent learning activities or the activities na ikaw lang ang mubuhat. But of course, since being on the independent learning activities, it is really good if you're being honest na kamo gyud lang ang nigama, dili gipagama ninyo sa inyong mama or papa or sa inyong kaila, sa inyong ate o kuya. Again, it is an independent learning. If you need a help, yes, of course, you can ask for a help, but it doesn't mean na sila ang inyong pabuhaton sa inyong independent learning. Now, let's proceed to the assessment. So, what is an assessment? It indicates here the details of how to measure your learning or dear students. Of course, kinahanglan po namo ma-evaluate kung nasabtan ba ninyo, nakat-on ba, o sa how can we do it. Ma-evaluate na namo through assessment. So, formative and summative assessment can be incorporated. Example of these are quizzes, journals, assignments, simulations, graphic organizer, essay, portfolio, projects, short and long quizzes, and oral recitations or oral questioning. These are the four assessments, so pwede ni teacher buhaton na day 1 would be a guided learning. Hatag lang siya og activity, hatag lang siya og video recording sa lessons. Say for example sa topic number 1, and then pagka day 2, maghatag na po siya og another video or audio, baka supported by a PowerPoint presentation. And then on day 3, since nahatag na niya ang duha ka lesson, pwede siya maghatag sa inyo og assessment or pwede po siya maghatag og independent learning. So, strategy na ni teacher ug unsaon na niya pag hanay sa iyang module kay mas nakasabot siya sa content o sa need kung unsaon mas dali ninyo masabtan ang topic. And part of this one also, usually your teacher may need to do once a week, may need to call for a Google meeting, virtual meeting sa inyo. It could be for the purpose to discuss, orient you, for it could be on the first day of the week para ma-orient mo sa inyong topic. Things to do and things to achieve, mga deadlines and all possible questions. Pwede na buhaton ni teacher on the first day before siya maghatag sa mga guided learning, or pwede sa di teacher muhatag na siya in the middle of the week para to assess tang iyahang mga gipanghatag na mga material sa day 1, day 2, day 3 na nasabtan na ba ninyo? Wala bang may pangutana or pwede po di siya imutang ni teacher on the day 5 ang virtual meetings sa niya to assess we're able to achieve those things from day 1 to 4. Asa ba mo naglisod? O sa kinahanglan niya buhaton para matabangan mo? Or pwede ni teacher gamiton ang day 5 as your assessment day na it could be a summative test or a long quiz covering from day 1 to 4 ng mga lessons nga iyang gihatag. Lastly, part of the new module. The same sa previous module, there is the reference section in the which did he indicate ni teacher ang mga books, mga reference niya. Ang mga website, it could be an e-book, a learning book na nakuha niya sa internet, or it could be mga links sa YouTube and other avenues asan siya nakakuha of reference. There niya indicate sa reference section. So, mga to learners, maoto ang bag-o ninyo karon nga module. So far, the way I see it, I know dili mo magisod. The purpose that the school management revised this module for the sake of your dear students. Dili mo magisod primero sa tanan sa pagsabot sa mga learning materials na isend ni teacher, at the same time guided mo along the way. That's why mas detail siya day 1 to 5. And if na pang may pangutana with regards to the module, please you can leave a message or you can comment below, or you can approach your teacher for further discussion with regards to this module or flexible learning na bago na atong gamiton from semifinals down to finals. Gamay na lang hapit na tamangman sa semester, and really salute you all guys for the courage, for the strength, the sukol mo to try the new form of learning that we have. Of course, first time ni in this country, we embrace this system of education. So, kabalo ni naglisod mo, maminaw ni sa inyong concerns. And at the same time, gipangitaan o pamaagi how we can resolve this and with win-win solution. And maghanaot may walay mo give up, laban lang. Thank you for watching and see you on my next video. Enjoy learning!